この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Episode 10. It is Wednesday. It is trash day. I just waited for a trash truck to go by, and let's get right into it. We've got some comments to talk about. Mostly they have to do with Nanahoshi stuff. Mostly that's what we're going to focus on. A little bit of Fit Sylphie things, and then off into the next episode and away! Starting with comments. Very first question, really love the contrast between Rudy and Nanahoshi and how they see the world. She is stuck as how she was 5 years ago, refusing to change, chasing past glory where she had everything. On the other hand, Rudy is ever-changing, growing, learning, failing, striving for better. One is falling from the top, the other is crawling from the bottom in this new world. And I'm going to jump straight from that one to a second comment that actually comes from Kyle Smith as a response to Hawks987. Kyle Smith 987 writes, I completely understand Nanahoshi's perspective. How would you feel if you got dropped into a different world in your current form with zero knowledge of the world, zero ability to communicate with anyone, completely taken away from all your friends and family, and to top it all off, you cannot even engage with magic, which is a natural occurrence in this world that basically everyone can do to some extent. Talk about being the biggest outcast in the entire world. I think one way to frame it is that Nanahoshi feels the same way in this world that Rudius felt in the original world, a complete and utter social outcast. At least that is the way I see it based on this one episode. My viewpoint could very easily change with more information later on, and with more time to parse everything the show is telling me. So, between these two comments, we get one depiction of Nanahoshi falling from the top of a social hierarchy to a bottom, and Rudy from the bottom of a social hierarchy climbing his way up. I think that's an okay framing, but I like Kyle Smith's a little bit better, where he says Nanahoshi in this world is what Rudy was in the previous world. Unable to communicate, unable to connect in the most basic ways that other people do naturally. In fact, that other people are somewhat born with and then get to practice when they're really young, socialization, like before the age of 4. And they're just like mana works, actually. Odd that. And most people get to practice and get inundated with this normalcy that's normal in the world, and then go through the rest of their adolescence and childhood and moving into adulthood with compound interest on those first few bits of practice and mana gathering and skill generation that you need as a person in... Wait, which world am I talking about? Well, both of them actually. In the six-sided, whatever. In the world that we're currently in, you need the mana, and you need the mana practice, and you get more of it if you practiced it early. And if you, ran into and socialized with other people who were also practicing their mana early, Sylphie, like Sylphie did with him, you also get, compounding skills from that. And then here in our human Earth world, you engage and are socialized normally as a child, and then, that immediately starts to compound because you're able to go and play with other kids and learn from them and continue socializing, and kids socialize each other. So if at any point in that process, up until, 16 or so, if at any point you get diverted from that, and you don't get the training or socialization or practice or engagement that you receive, you're going to come out with a permanently damaged mana pool. Oh, yeah, that's a solid fucking metaphor. Cool framing on both sides. And interesting to see Nanahoshi represented as something like that from the previous world in this one. And how differently they focus on these two different worlds and their different perspectives and goals. Hawks987, I will give you the credit of, because you're the original comment that Kyle Smith responded to, seeing Nanahoshi's entire demeanor change when she thinks she's found a kindred soul, someone who is in the same situation as herself, and will be her ally and help her accomplish her goal, only for her to realize that it is not the case. She rubs me the wrong way, and I hate her attitude, but even so, it was pretty sad to see it. And the emotional outburst from Sylphie, what an amazingly voice-acted scene. Yeah, love the emotional outburst. It was pretty cool. A cool ramp tension into rage, emotions being brought up by the character, sort of, instead of being from a 0 to there, there's like a ramp up period, kind of like flooring it in a vehicle, but I like what you've pointed out about her sort of higher high, lower low, greatest despair coming right after hope sort of thing. She's got this hope moment of like, yes, I finally found you. We're gonna be best friends and do this. You don't want to? Oh. And she has to, she's very trained. She's had that socialization, right? So she's capable of holding together her emotions in a way that some of our characters aren't. So she holds it together very calmly. But it's heartbreaking for her, of course. But at the same time, there's something really sort of insipid about that. It's kind of gross, right? Her joy is only in finding something useful for her. And it's not really in the perspective of like, oh, thank God, now I can help you too. It's not really. It's, oh, thank God, you're going to be helpful to me. Which does make me interested in something else. Who were the three? Who did we leave behind? And who did come with? Because there were three, right? And Rudy has switched for one, right? Nanahoshi is the other, right? And we saw one left behind. Wait. So then no, we switched with the one who was left behind. So there should be one more who has transferred from our world to this world, either during the Manic Cataclysm or at some other previous time, or has not switched over yet, possibly, because timing seems fucked, and I actually don't understand how that's worked. Some people have tried to explain it without spoiling it, or tried, like, people who clearly don't know what they're talking about have tried to explain it, and I don't buy any of their explanations. So, I don't know what the time delay thing is, or why the Manic Cataclysm happened so many years later, and all that jazz. But clearly, my mistake was thinking that they got sucked into Rudy's thing, like he did the self-sacrifice thing and that caused him to get sucked in and they got sucked in with him. It's the other way around, clearly. They were all destined to be deadified and he got swapped in somehow. I don't know. We'll find out when we get all of the information, but where's the one? Because there's one lad out there. And whether he transferred as is, unaging, unalterable, or transferred in at a different time, different place, something wibbly and weird, he's a keystone and a cornerstone. What if he transferred in like 1,000 years ago? So that's a stupid one, but if time is wibbly, what if that dude got transferred in like 1,000 years ago and was lapless? I don't think so. I kind of doubt it. I think these are two separate events, and whatever forces are coming into play now for this set of transfers, they're trying to, like, repeat or undo, by repeating, whatever happened so many millions, whatever years ago with Laplace and previous things, previous world line transference bullshit. I don't know. We don't have enough metaphysics or cosmology to even surmise. Like, we don't know. Do we live in a multiverse-style world? Yeah. Are there multiple timelines? Yeah. What are the domains of gods? I don't know. Is Hitogami a god that is between domains? Or is he limited to this domain? Like, this literal physical world? Does he have power outside of it? Or is he uniplanar or multiplanar? We don't know. Like, truly, none of this cosmology stuff is known. And so it feels like it's just impossible to try to surmise. There are things that are obvious, right? Rudy, accidentally here, not there, has magic, was born into this world, not a foreign object. Still somehow foreign because he doesn't engage with the curse, which is a curse on things in this world, so that's weird. He ages, she doesn't. That's weird. There are these things that are like, we can point at them, and they all point in toward stuff. And probably if I were a billion times smarter, I could feed all this into my brain and figure out exactly what's going on. But I don't think it really matters for my enjoyment of the meat of the story. And it's just sort of intellectual masturbation to try to figure out and like do the predictification thing. So I'll stop now because I don't have any interest. I'm interested in, at this point, how does the emergence and introduction of Nanahoshi shake up our interpersonal relationships around Rudius? because that's something that we haven't addressed yet. And I think there is a comment that I did want to address. Bingo. Tsubomi Asaba 4680. The most powerful card in Sylphie's deck is the childhood friend card. She thinks that this card is strong enough to make Rudy love her when she reveals it. I don't know if that's what she thinks. But she, in this episode, sees a strong bond between Rudy and Nanahoshi, even stronger than the childhood friend bond. That makes her anxious and asks, what does Rudy think of Nanahoshi? The point is, without Nanahoshi, it can take decades for Sylphie to take her glasses off, but now Sylphie thinks that she has to do something or Nanahoshi will take Rudy from her with her Japanese wibbliness. If Sylphie and Rudy get married sometime in the show, Nanahoshi should be invited to the wedding. She should be best bridesmaid, whatever. Best man. Yeah, okay. I agree. Sylphie is shaken by the introduction of Nanahoshi in multiple ways. One is the finding out about the maybe causing of the manic radicalism thing. But the other one is, hey, there's this person who speaks a language that my boyfriend knows that I didn't know that he knew. There's a whole bunch that I don't know. And it feels like I'm on the outs now. And these people share stuff that I don't share. But it's more than that, too. And we did touch on this a little bit in the previous episode. Sylphie has been engaging with Rudy as Fitz only. And Sylphie has been able to mostly get her emotional needs met by doing so. She's able to get close to the person that she wants to be close to and flirt with him without really flirting with him, without any sort of commitment or really any kind of risk. The only risk would be if there was some kind of reveal, if he found out, or if he became disinterested for some reason. The whole Fitz facade works great for a couple of reasons. First, well, Fitz is a mentor for Rudy, and so when Rudy needs help, Rudy goes to Fitz. And Fitz has a position of genuine authority in the school where Fitz is capable of giving that assistance. That's pretty great for Fitz Sylphie because that's a consistent way that Rudy is going to come and speak to her frequently. In fact, that scene, that place, that location, the little desk location that we have with the stuff and the windows and stuff, that's the location for that purpose. That's where they meet and discuss things and plan for the school and stuff, right? They study there and they get together there. And that's why when we show that location at the end of the last episode, it feels a little whiffly because they're not there together. And it's like, oh wait, something has upset the careful, unspoken, covert balance between these characters because they had a covert relationship that was not spoken at all, and one of them expected it to continue and the other was using it pragmatically. And it's not going to continue if when Rudy has a problem he can go ask Nanahoshi, who also knows all the answers to all his problems and is directly related to the teleportation incident and knows more about the teleportation stuff and is actually a better study partner, right? Like, Fitz has been a great study partner for chemistry major Rudius, right? But Rudius is going into organic chemistry now, and Fitz only knows chemistry, and Nanahoshi over there is a PhD student in organic chemistry. Exactly what Rudius needs. And she's cute, and she's local, and she's in the same course program, and she knows all the stuff that you do, and she's from your home country, and she's got the childhood friend card. Uh-oh. It's not just she sees a strong bond between them. It's that Nanahoshi does everything that Fitz Sylphie has been doing as well or better than Fitz Sylphie has been able to do them, right? The only thing that Fitz Sylphie can do in Fitz Sylphie's own mind to win over Rudy from Nanahoshi is to actually reveal the strength of the long-lasting bond between them. It's pretty clever. I think it's pretty clever. It does exactly what you say, which is it forces the game. Like, you have to play your hand at this point. Whatever cards you've got, Sylphie, you gotta play a hand. And, well, you don't actually, but you think you do. You think you do, and that's just as good. Nanahoshi isn't actually going to, date Rudy. I don't think that they're actually going to be romantically interested in each other. In fact, I think unless he just keeps up his facade of persona, then maybe she'll be interested in him. But I think he'll find her quite distasteful as we move along. I think she's exactly the type of person that he's not going to like very much. So I don't think it's actually a real threat to Sylphie. but it sure feels like one. And again, that's good enough. I asked multiple times about the Fitz-Sylphie mana disaster thing. Rudy does not know that Fitz was caught in the disaster, has no indication that is the same person, only knows that Fitz is looking for someone who he knows is alive, found out recently, who was caught in the disaster, which is thin to explain the, like, exceptional, violent, explosive temper thing. But fair enough, it's not that thin. It's reasonable. Two of three high school students were missing. One is Nanahoshi, the other is one of the two names that Rudy was shown. And so, where is he? Because the other one is still there in that world. So where is the other one? I don't know. Okay, we'll call it there and move on for episode 10 of Mushoku. I hope for good things. I don't remember the title. Oh, right. These feelings. Now I remember the title. It's These Feelings. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Can't we just have shit explode? Man! Look. Look, can we just get a turning point? Can we just have our main character get his guts ripped out by a dragon or something? Come on! Come on, don't do me like this, Mushoku. Come on! Look, just let Goriane bite Rudy's head off, or the whole school explodes and everybody dies, or, something easy. Something easy and straightforward. Just give me, like, hard depression. Fuck. It's gonna be a romance episode. Fuck. Here we are. It's frame 1. I see Sylphitz hiding in a window watching something. Is she peeking on Rudy? Is she watching Rudy's morning runs? Looks like a Rudy morning run sort of scene. That's what it feels like. That's my guess. All right, here we go. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. 2 versions. Picture, description. Patreon exists. Please like and comment and subscribe so that the channel doesn't die. Thank you. Beep beep timer. I might die, though. That's okay. The channel will live on. Oh, it's even worse. She's watching other couples. Ah. Mm. Mm. Oh. Oh, that's a layer to it. A full lack of self-identification. His interest isn't in me. Ah, and Silent turned out to... and legs. Ah! I'm just gonna scream into a pillow for the whole episode. Is that okay? I hope that's okay. Every time that door closes, she just... Ah, and there's the spot I was talking about! So very close. Katopi? No! Sylphie, you gotta take it. You gotta take it. The cage is you. The cage is always you. Ah, it makes more sense now, too. Well, it makes more sense now, doesn't it? Man. Court 2 is gonna be fucking interesting. Just because we've done so much setup. Like, so much. It's just 2 or 3 episodes away. And we're leaning even further into that emotional stakes, like, base foundation layer stuff. The whole season. The whole season, man. I'm scared. I'm scared for 12-13. Where's the turning point? Where is it, man? The show's done this shit to me before, right? We had childhood, and it was all good, man. It was fine. Things were fine. Everything was great. All right, so one perspective, another wow. Training. I mean, this is a classic question. Well, what's your strength for? Oh! Bah! Might as well. No, my dick's 8 feet long. Sorry, bro. What? Why? Oh. Did you reject her? What? Wait, no, what? Who's number one? Is it Fitz? Is it Fitz? No, this is how it works, though. This is how it works. We just fight. So wait, what happened with Goriade? Exactly. Was that just have to do with the beast fights from earlier? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is really good curse knowledge. Gonna transfer Alita curse to an object? So this is a really different tone that we're taking. I actually really like it. It feels like high school. Please don't put Alita curse into a bunch of dildos, dog. That's really what I think he's gonna do. I really think that's what he's gonna do, man. Oh, child! Why? Ha ha ha! Speak of the witch. Ah! Ha 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 ha! There you go, man. That's how you drink. Ah, what a good friend to have. The best bartender. Holy shit. Oktoberfest is coming up. I want one. I want one. Oh, no, Julie. Wait, she's a dwarf. She can have some. Yeah, she can have some. Yeah. That's how it works, right? Let's get the child drunk. Oh boy. Wait, actually? I was gonna say, mega strong. Yeah. Chillax. That's so. Okay, this is very fun and totally interesting. It gives me a feeling of the life of the thing, and here we are drawing things. Oh, he just has to infuse magic. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Easy. Yeah, man, teleportation circle's a 5th level spell. It's no bullshit for a non-magic user to figure out. Yeah. Were you trying to bring the whole bird? Oh my god, the ripple effects of this shit, dude. You don't even know what you're causing. Oh god. Oh god. This is so scary, man. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. I've read the laundry files. This is a bad idea. No. This is how you get demons, man. No, they're at the bottom of the Mandelbrot set. That's where they live. Dude, this is... No. No. Okay, reasonable, and I get it, starting small, but that's the thing, like... Yeah, okay. But it has to do with me, too. Ah, we take those. If, dog. Oh man, this is interesting. Cool. Hey, passage of time. She's gonna be a beast. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, don't push it, man. Okay, everything is chugging along nicely. All is calm, all is well. What's gonna go horribly wrong? And you haven't been hanging out with Fitz at all. Yeah, your daily routine, which doesn't include Fitz at all. No. No, you haven't. Exactly. Ooh, pretty. His last name is Heckler? Yeah, it's now like a year plus ago. Also, if Alina Lise is around. You know, old time's sake. No? No? Okay. Hey, cool. We get to go visit with the homies. Yeah. We had to go visit with the... Oh, hello. She is here. Ah, buddy. You want to go do a job just for old time's sake? What about the other homies? What is everybody else here? Are we gonna run into Sarah? Will we? I mean, that was a separate thing, but will we get the opportunity to like? Oh, talking about old times. Whoa! Beachy! That's so cute! She fucking stood up for him! Aww! It's all warm-hearted and good. Hey, the boy! No, let's meetin'. Fired up about what? What's actually going on? Oh, there's something actually going on now. No, dude, I want insight. I want insight. What's going on? Oh, sick. The first homies. Not the first, but you know what I mean. I wonder what's actually going on. Okay, buddy. Don't get eaten by a dragon or whatever. I wonder what they're meeting about, though. The whole clan is up in a tizzy about something? Hey, I'm a genius. Yeah. I hope. What is this? What is this? Why is she sweating? He's just misread. No. And no. No, he's protecting her. He just figured it out, but I didn't. Oh, just that. Didn't figure it out then. But what was it? What? What? I have one theory, and it's a weird one. It's a timing-based theory. The Beast Girls would smell. They would know. Yeah, but they will if you order them to. So he'll just go to nowhere. Now, you don't have any close friends except Fitz. Really. Bodyguardy. That wasn't her. Wait, maybe it was. But we didn't see Ariel. Is Ariel pretending to be Fitz? Okay, it's less than I thought it was then. But we're in boundaries now. We're locked in our seats now. Yeah! But to what end? To bang girls! 'Cause she... Aww. Oh, buddy. Oh, too big, too big, too big. It's coming back. What? Man, you just gotta give in. Ariel's disguising. If only Fitz were a girl. What? I'm in love. What? Yep. But it's impossible. Impossible. This is so cute. Grandson of Max Genius. About Fitz Senpai. Hot. Dude, you just gotta go ask. Oh. You fucking ding dong. You just gotta figure it out. No, none of this is relevant. You should ask him out regardless. You say what? A shitty ecchi scene? Yes. Perfect. Oh, I hate this scene, but it's perfect right here. Yes. 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 And we're back to youth. That's a big deal. Pog. Idiot. Idiot. Stupid idiot. Yes. Oh no. Now it's all twistified. Gross. Oh no! A means to an end! Why not? Thank God. Of course he'd see it this way, and of course it's gross, right? It's pretty gross. It's like, yay, the opportunity, yippee-ki-yay. immediately as a means to an end. Immediately, all of oh, it's so weird. That's so weird. Can't engage with it. That's a tough one for writing it. I think it would be better in my mind if he made the choice. Well, I guess he sort of does engage with it actively, as like, I can't help this feeling regardless of the actual sex of the person that I'm talking to. But he doesn't really allow himself to feel it until he's gotten some kind of proof that Fitz is female. And that does rub me the wrong way. It just rubs me the wrong way. It's like a woven in homophobia. It's kind of bleh. But interesting. It's going to be tough to navigate this relationship as, and I hope that we treat it as though it's difficult and a genuine struggle. Man, I saw the T come up and I thought it was going to be turning point, and I, like, ugh. Okay. Very interesting to discover this. Really interesting the way that it has been discovered. I fear that Rudy's focus / engagement is now directed pragmatically toward fixing his problem and treating Fitz-Sylphie as a means to an end. It's really interesting that he's found out the portion of the secret, the female portion of the secret, without finding out the more important portion of the secret, which is that Fitz-Sylphie is Sylphie and actually knows him, and he actually knows her and cares about her as a person. What he's just underwent is like some degree of a loss of respect, and it's really interesting. There's this distinct impression that I get here. Right here, after the fall over, we go from this moment of like, this is engaged, and up until here, we're thinking about it, we're engaging with the idea that maybe I'm romantically interested in this person, etc., etc. And then we hit this moment, and from this point on, the whole thing is, how do I approach this pragmatically as a means to fixing my problem? Oh, Lord God, thank you. I guess Mr. Fitz wants to hide it, and then is struggling with this concept to reframe it, because now he knows what he wants and where he's going to go, and his only reason to stop is because it would be incorrect to do. It would be incorrect to treat Fitz as though Fitz were just a means to an end, right? But that's exactly what he's doing. He can't help it. Rudy becomes quite excited and quite optimistic overall. Not because he's looking toward an engaged romance. Not even because he's consciously able to put his feelings in line in a way that doesn't contradict his core identity, right? Which is what was going on before. He was having this sequence of feelings that was, I have romantic feelings for a person who is male, but I'm straight. Core identity disconnect, right? Clash, boom, explosion, right? He's able to put that into line, at least, but that's not what makes him optimistic or happy. What makes him happy is that he's going to be able to cure his problem. It's kind of gross. He stands up so proud of himself, but I won't push it. I won't be pushy about it or anything. Oh well, the way forward is clear. Ooh, I don't know. Overall, however, I will say that I really do like the episode. Even if it's pretty, like, boring. This is a pretty boring episode overall. It's a bunch of conversations and a bunch of exploring places and thinking about things, and it does great. It does it great because they're laden with emotional and character tension and information that's actually relevant to the progress of the story. Couples, Fitz's perspective, Definitely still likes girls, so maybe he's restraining himself. I won't get the wrong idea. And this part really hit me, or really struck me. Rudy is waving at Fitz, not at me. The layers of facades are an identity issue. He doesn't see me, and any feelings that he has toward this persona are not me. And that, of course, comes to when we actually run into Fitz, who isn't Fitz out there, which is pretty interesting. I like the doors closing. I like the empty seat. It's exactly what I thought it would be. It's a replacement thing. And I wish someone would give it back to me as such an interesting framing, right? It's the wrong framing. Nobody gives you courage. You take it. You take it. Take it. Time skip. Bodyguardy's great. Women, great. Social dynamics, weird. I think this all still has to do with him fighting Bodyguardy and all that stuff, and beating down all the suitors, because it's specifically beast people who have these feelings. He says that it's because of Bodyguardy. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the Goriade thing. Is this just because of the previous panties incident? If so, it's so disconnected that it doesn't really reasonably, like, connect with that in any way, so I don't get it. Maybe it was something that was cut out. And everybody wants to be number 2. A core hierarchy is important, and this is a reflection on Fitz, and Rudy's other hierarchical relationships and relationships in general. Everybody needs to know where they stand in some kind of a hierarchy, just so that they can act properly. And because you haven't put it all in order, everybody's a little bit confused, and that's going to stay that way until you put it all in order. So, reasonable. We tell Cliff about the curse thing, transferring them to spears, which scares the shit out of me because he's going to try to transfer Alina Lisa's curse. And we do all sorts of little groundwork stuff that I think is really cute. Eating and drinking together, this feels like we've got our lunch table squad, you know? We've got Linnea and Persona too as part of the squad in class, but we feel it's like we've got our lunch table group and our dorky squad of dorky people in magic school. We've got some impressions. We've made our case. We've made our impressions on everybody. Feels like we're here and we're anchored in this place, and now we can fuck it all up, you know? Now we can fuck it all up. We found and uncovered most of the things we were meant to uncover. Now everything goes to shit. Emotionally, the whole Fitz thing is on its way to going to shit. It's gonna go to shit right now. It's gonna go to shit. It's gonna go to shit in a good direction or a bad direction, but it's about to hit the fan. It's all gonna go. Alright, she's a dwarf, she can drink. That's great. Summoning circles, fascinating. This is bad. Okay, so I get it. I get it, right? She's going from base principles, so she's just teleporting like feathers and shit. This is so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. You just casually reach between dimensions without a real solid understanding of the metaphysics. You just got some predictions based in sci-fi, right? Yeah. And you just reach into some other dimensions and pull out whatever you can. You just reach into the grab bag. You play 52 cards and see what comes out. You out of your gourd. You out of your fucking mind. One of my favorite book series is called The Laundry Files. It's by Charles Stross. I've got a couple of Stross novels, but I don't have The Laundry Files in print, in text. I think my favorite sci-fi book is Accelerando by Charles Stross, and it's great, and I highly recommend you read it. We're in the middle of it. It's still going. He's still right about everything, as far as I can tell. He hasn't been wrong yet. And we're going on like 20 years ago that he wrote the damn book, so it's pretty good. Laundry Files, though, is interesting. It's about a programmer who accidentally finds his way into some oopsie code, and then into a extra governmental secret black box style operation that deals with oopsie code. And when I say oopsie code, what I mean is, well, there are devils and demons and stuff, really bad conscious entities that are way, like, Cthulhuian, awful. Really, eldritch horrors. Truly, truly bad stuff. Unfathomable. The kind where, like, you witness any part of them and your eyes burn out of your skull and you become, like, goop. that sort of stuff. And they live in math. Like, they live within the fundamental rules of the universe, dimensionally. And they're accessible as such. We live in a physical planar world, but they live in truths or computations or maths. So, like, symbols or incantations or code, specifically computer code, if you write the right codes, you can cause the right effects. And usually those effects go really badly. Like, sometimes your program runs and it just calculates things for you, or, you know, determines the distance between here and the moon, or whatever. And sometimes your code runs and it invites the devil in. And the devil shows up and is not material or a part of this world, but infects the brains of everyone within a square mile and has them all mangle each other for fun. Because that's, you know, that's the truth that it actually experiences and shit. Regardless of the actual particulars of the thing, what I find interesting is the idea that behind the thin veil of our physical material reality is something more, and if only you had the right keys or codes or symbols and the right power to flow through them, you could access that somewhere else, that something more, and either bring it here or bring yourself there. So, in Strauss's estimation, or Strauss's world, the incantation or the magic circles are the code that you write out, and then the power, the literal magical energy, is literal electrical energy. You flow the electrons through that, and then the stuff lights up and it does the thing. This is the same thing. You draw off the sigils based on principles, you power them with some magic, whoop, and then something happens. And you're not sure what, and you're not sure why, and you're not sure how, and yet you think this is a good idea. Because you're selfish. Because this whole world doesn't matter to you. And honestly, the whole other world doesn't matter to you that much either. So for Nanahoshi, even if this world collapses and that world collapses, if it's in the interest of getting her home, I don't think she cares very much. So, right now she's pulling bird feathers, right? What happened to the bird? And when she pulls a bird, what happened to all the birds that it was going to affect? How about all the insects that it was going to eat? How about all the people who die from the malaria that all the insects that bird was going to eat? Right, so whatever you move, Nanahoshi is doing dozens and dozens of timeline effects in both worlds. Experimentally. For fun. Willy-nilly. Without any inclination as to what they're actually causing. That scares the absolute shit out of me. That scares the shit out of me. It's pretty cool. We'll see if it causes a catastrophe of any kind. Brute force. And she's really, really withholding her information from him. Do your own research. Not helping, not helping. And she says something about, once I figure it all out, you'll get all my information anyway. But I don't know if that's the case, man. Summoning is my lifeline. This is all I have. She's right. It's the quid pro quo that they've worked out. She can't keep him under her thumb unless she has that information. Ooh, it's pretty interesting. It's a tense relationship that they have. It's a couple of tense relationships that we're building through. And I think that this half of the episode does a great job of just the daily life happens and Fitz fades away. How easy it is to let Fitz fade away, right? Ooh. Okay. The letter is cool. Re-meeting with Soldat is very cool. What's actually going on here is quite curious to me. I really like our little fist bump. I think that's super neat. It's got some oomph to it. What do you expect? The whole clan's fired up, another meeting, etc., etc.? I really wonder what's going on there, and with this say the word and I'll be there setup, I expect that we might actually get to find out and go adventuring a little bit. Certainly, Cliff and Alina-Lise are going to go. Maybe we'll get to go with. Sounds great. There is this moment where he's trying very much to keep them safe, because he's seen what really happens. And Cliff is taking it the wrong way. Of course he is. He's taking it as like, Rudius, you don't have to worry about me. Gosh, I've got this. And Rudy's taking it as like, dude, I've seen people eat it out there, man. I've seen people really fucking eat it out there. And I'd be responsible. Like, I trust Alina Elise, and I trust these guys all right, but I've seen their squad eat it, and you're a douche. You're a douche. I love you, kid, but you're gonna get killed. You're gonna get killed. Rudius! But at least he won't go and challenge a dragon or a demon king. He's not you. Okay, so casual walk down the place. We're looking at all these jewelry and items and things. I thought we were gonna run into somebody weird here, but instead, we run into Luke and definitely not Sylphits. It's 100% a disguise. It's 100% Ariel as girl. What are they looking at exactly? Do we even get to see? It looks like jewelry. It looks like jewelry. Like gems and stuff? Pendants, maybe? Hello, fancy meeting you here. And they're both sweating bullets. Rudius! Oh, yes! And then silent Fitz keeps looking down. But they do have... She'd have to tie up all her hair. Or there has to be magic involved. Either way, Luke is immediately standoffish, push away-ish. Something different? Yeah, it's Ariel. And the glasses to hide it. Not on a date. Just have to stay away. Very cool. And it really hurts. That's the fun part here, is that it really hurts Rudy. Wow. Needs someone to talk to. I love this sequence as Rudy walks the halls looking for someone that he can trust and put and just speak to, because he discovers very quickly that he's got one person in this whole school who he really trusts. And it's Fitz. So maybe you need another trustworthy friend, man. Because if you fall in love with the one, who are you going to talk to about your relationship problems? Awesome. That's awesome. Distract myself with a book. And there we are. Bang, boom, bam. 2 and 2 together. And she goes with it clean as can be, right? Like no hesitation, no bump in the road. Oh boy. And suddenly his mind is elsewhere, and he's thinking romantic thoughts about the cutie patootie. And we run into this as the hiccup. The contrast, the inner turmoil. I'm in love with a man, and I can't be. And that's impossible, is the run-in that he made. Okay, what if Fitz was a guy and wasn't Sylphie? Wouldn't this be like a pretty fucked up way to engage with that circumstance? Like, to engage with your own emotions? Do you know what I mean? Take yourself out of the story. Fitz Sylphie is not Sylphie. We don't know any of that context. Fitz is a white-haired male elf. Okay. Rudy has feelings for Fitz. Feelings that are totally independent of Fitz's gender or sex. Right? But he can't engage with them without proving it the other way. That's a little weird. It's a little weird. It's an interesting form of homophobia. It's interesting. We don't really engage with it seriously, so I don't think it's something where I should like hone in on this and criticize it heavily. I don't think it's right to. But it is a bit flippant on a subject that sometimes can be... It seems like a missed opportunity. Maybe. He is male. Yes. And a wham, bam, boom, bam. The truth is out. In the silliest, most bullshit, etchy, stupid-ass bullshit, contrivance, fucking bullshit sort of grab-a-titty sort of way. And I'm totally okay with it. I really don't have a problem with the use of this in this circumstance. Even, yeah, all those things admitted. Yep. Don't care. pushes the story along. I don't know how you would do it otherwise. There needs to be some kind of reveal here, and let's be honest, this right here, this particular exact moment is a rehash of a past moment. Rudy doesn't realize it. Sylphie might. But when have we had the gender confusion before? Oh, shit! You're a girl! Didn't realize at all. Yeah, this takes us right back to childhood. It's actually a reset in some ways. It's dumb as fuck, and it's a stupid trope, and I usually hate it when it happens. But usually it also happens in a totally different circumstance, where it's just a contrivance to get our characters physically together in order to create a sexual circumstance without actually having the justification for a sexual circumstance. And in this situation, it serves a couple of different circumstances. It's the actual accidental sexuality. It actually engages his sex drive. It reveals something that wouldn't have been revealed otherwise without him, like, peeping on her or something. This works quite well. It's quite smooth. Quite tricky. Mr. Fitz is a woman. And he figures it out, and as I said, I've got my qualms with the way that Rudy immediately clicks into place. He's like, oh, everything makes sense and everything's easy now, no problem. I know exactly how to relate myself to this character, and I'm going to manipulate them in order to accomplishing my goals. Immediately as a means to an end. Usurious Rudius. So, that unpacks the problem. Now Rudy sees her as a means to an end. Right? How can he reconcile that with the genuine respect that he should have for Sylphie? Because I don't think she'll put up with it if he treats her poorly. At least I hope not. We'll see. This is a cool set of developments. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Shit can go so whack so fast now, man. It can go so whack so fast. Like, she could just up and leave. Sorry. This is too much for me. The aerial cover could get blown and blow everything out of the water. Nanahoshi could fuck up. A cataclysm could occur. Anything could happen. Or we could just enjoy our casual, goofy, romantic school life. To you was the last one. A letter? A statement? I don't know. We'll find out next week. Thanks for joining me this week for an episode of Mushoku Tensei. This was an interesting one. I hope that there are some cool comments about this one. I'm sure that there are plenty of things that I've missed or misinterpreted or interpreted in ways that you just disagree with. That's totally okay. That's part of the point. Why we're doing this, why we do this the way that we do it. Hit me in the comments with any interpretations or ideas or thoughts or criticisms that you have. I'd love to read them. And I'll see you next week for more Mushoku. If you want the next one a little bit early, it'll be up on the Patreon sometime the day that this one goes live on YouTube, so check that out. Peace.